Hello Acrobats! Today we're going to do a move called Smearnoff Ice.
It has some foot smearing in it, which is also just known as a foot replace.
Yeah, that's why we call it Smearnoff Ice. I think we were drinking Smearnoff on that day, and we were doing a lot of foot smears.
We were definitely drinking.
Yeah.
But luckily this is easy stuff that I don't think we can fall down and get hurt too bad on.
Well, it's not dangerous, but it still is hard. These have a lot of like intense, feet like this and feet like this, and like putting a foot where the other one was. You'll see, it's pretty tricky.
We have two versions though, and one of them uses hands, so very, very doable.
Right, want to get started?
Also, we don't recommend drinking in acro. We're trying to be funny. But yeah, especially on dangerous moves, but this isn't one of them.
But you could drink bitch beer like Smearnoff Ice, right?
Yeah, that doesn't count at
That's
all.
that's like 5% alcohol.
Wait, were you drinking bitch beer?
I probably was. All right, let's start. The Smearnoff Ice is a pretty simple machine, but we decided to add a bunch of drills and TikToks so you have lots of things to work on, and you could even do some improvisation on your own after this lesson is over.
Yeah, so we're going to do a ton of TikToks. We're starting with bird side stars. We love it when you guys don't need to use hands and you can go right towards the inside knee. We're really just like looking for fluidity and seeing how much the bass can rotate his legs, his or her legs.
Yeah. You could also do some swivels on one foot. This is good skill to have.
Wow, Jacob, flinging me. It's
Do it on
okay
both
if
legs.
your swivels look littler than this at first. Just work up to get that really big range of motion. Then I still want to do some free side stars too. This is really going to help you learn how to shift and float. So I'll get in my side star first, and then my legs are not like up here anymore. Now my legs are a little lower so that my torso can lift up just a little.
Yeah, and you could do swivels.
But first just make it static because that's hard enough, right? So see if you can just hold still. And like it's okay if, hold me still, Jacob.
All right.
It's okay if you're doing like little floats, like even if it's like a second, just keep working to get a little bit longer floats, a little bit longer each time. And then make sure you try both sides. Jacob's pushing into this part of his foot more, and I'm just trying to make little tiny movements and not big shift changes. I'm just trying to be easy to read and make little movements.
We're going to start with our first swivels. You can get in from the ground. This is an inside reverse star. And there's an easy swivel and a hard swivel.
You mean a foot smear, right?
Or yeah, I meant a foot smear.
Yeah.
So what I have to put Debbie on my other foot, and it's a foot replace. And when you're a beginner, this might be strange. You just gotta work at it, and we can do this with hands. This is how we should have started. And the way to make this really easy is to push Debbie over to the side. Oh, you could even do this with some power, with some swing. And the way I think of it is, I put the ball of my foot right at Debbie's hips, and then I quickly push this foot over, and I go, this one goes out of the way, and we drop into a side star right on this foot. And then we could swing that way, and swing and drop. And then we can do this over and over again. Yeah, you just gotta put, it's like toe to stomach first, but this is called a demi-plie, where you pull your toes back and your foot is flexed. And then you don't have to push a lot into stomach. It feels like a drop to me, because I pull this foot out really fast, and then her whole weight drops onto this foot. And make sure this foot ends up on hip and not in guts.
Ooh, some fancy sliding there. Okay, so using hands makes this much easier, and then the more you can get it to rotate, it's gonna help him get his foot in the right place. But if you're just dead still trying to switch that foot, that's when it gets really grindy and not fun. So if you can do the momentum, it's gonna really help you. Okay, so this time it's a side star, what did we say, inside reverse. And then I'm taking reverse hand-to-hand grip. And then what I want to do to help Jacob is get my head on this side. And I even get my leg on this side. So it looks like that for a second to try to help him to make it presentable. And the same thing for the way back. I'm trying to get my torso that way. And if I leave my leg on this side, it's harder. So I try to switch my leg over there. I'll push it behind me. Just for that second when he's reaching, and then I push it in front of me, and then I push my leg behind me. You can think of your leg moving forwards and backwards, or you can think of your torso moving over, back and forth.
And we've been using hands this whole time, and we can take hands away, right? I mean, my hands at least.
Yeah. So it's even more important that you get that rotation when you take away the base's hands, because it just becomes more, it slows down, and then more weight is in your feet and your hips, and so it's harder to make that switch. So start the same way, and then I'm gonna go to his other foot, right? So I can't just leave my hand here pushing all my weight into him. I have to get ready to float and switch my hand. So I try not to keep a lot of weight in my hand. Like, it does do some help, but mostly I'm trying to get my leg and my torso that way. And look, I left my hand here this time, but Jacob's still letting me use it.
Mm-hmm. And the way I think of it is, it's the same idea where I touch my toe first, and then I do a quick replace. And it's pretty easy to do it this way.
Yeah, the more that you get your flyer to spin, like, it's so much easier to replace your foot. But if you're going snail speed, it's much harder. Let's do our other side too, because we gotta work both sides.
Mm-hmm. I'm ripping up Debbie's shirt. Oh, we got 2 feet heavy.
I was looking at my shirt. Okay, that one, yeah, it came down that side. And try to put a little more weight in my hand. Yeah. This is where these side stars, the floats really come into play, because I have to shift my weight right here to this knee.
You want to do the harder step now?
I think so, yeah. Okay, so that should have done both of your hips and the foot schmear that we call the easier one. And now there's one more schmear that is a little bit harder.
Yeah, we taught a Zoom class recently where people thought it was reverse. What I thought was easy and what they thought was easy was hard. So you'll be the judge.
Yeah, you guys tell us which one is harder. Okay, so this is facing your base now. This is the harder version. Let's do it with hands.
Yeah, well, we can only... Oh yeah, we can do this with hands or by holding your foot.
Yeah.
Okay, so it feels like a ninja star. And that's how it went. And then we're doing TikTok, so I go back now, and this is the hardest one because it looks symmetrical, but it's harder to do it this way. So this way, I'm in a very internal rotation, and I have to touch the knife edge of my foot on Debbie, and then we put some weight in the hands, and then it makes the switch easier. And then this way, it's just harder. It's harder to go this way. I can't really explain it, but it's the same idea. Now we're internal rotation again, knife edge of foot, and then we press into hands, press into this foot. And let's do this a few times without stopping so much. Yeah, not bad.
Woo! Woo! Cool.
Good, babe.
Now we have hand-to-hand grip, and then I like to use these two fingers as steering. So just like in Ninja Stars, I'm steering myself that way with these two fingers. So I'm pushing myself now in order to make myself rotate, and that's what really, really helps. So I push myself this way, and I even bring my leg a little more towards my face, so I'm piking it. And then on the way back, it's the opposite. I'm bringing my leg away from my face. So kind of, I do this, I pike it, and then I go like this, I bend it away. So I'm doing this when I'm in it. And that's just to help Jacob get to that spot a little bit sooner. Of course, try both sides. So hand-to-hand grip, just like starting like a ninja. And then I bring my foot in front of me. And then I bring my foot behind me. And then of course the whole time, guys, I'm stacking my hips. I'm never bringing my hips towards the floor like this. They're always stacked. Even if my legs look droopy, my hips are stacked the whole time. If I go forwards like this, it makes it really hard for Jacob,
Yeah,
and I
that
fall
sucks.
down. I just fall down. So that was training wheels, right? With hands, now we want to take away hands.
All right.
Actually, I
Well-
lied. I still use my hands, but Jacob,
I hold on to Debbie's feet rather than hold hands.
it's not like no hands completely, but it's a lot harder. So he holds on to my ankle, and I get to do these cool float grips now. So I float and go to side star. I float, and then I can post up right away.
I do a foot replace and a hand replace. I do foot replace first, and then my foot replace.
So you have to bring my foot to your other hand.
Yeah, I have to push her leg over for steering, then do a fast replace.
Okay, show me slow. What do your hands do? Overhand.
I push it over,
Nice.
and there's a second where you can let your hands go, huh?
Yeah, right there. Look, he's got my foot, so I'm really not doing a whole lot right here, and it looks like I'm floating, but Jacob's helping me. I think this whole thing might be able to be no fire hands, but I haven't actually tried it yet. I'm sure it's possible.
Yeah. Okay, now do you want to do all the way around one side?
I think we're ready for a circle.
Gonna do the whole machine.
Okay, I don't start it. This side?
Yeah, so we'll do hand to hand first.
Let's do the kind with hands, and we'll show you in a circle. So yeah, it starts just like a ninja. And then I reach over the top. Yeah. You know what this reminds me of? A propeller. This part.
Oh yeah. It reminds me of a music box. You know the wind-up music boxes?
Yeah.
Because you spin around and round. And the figurine lady, it looks like she's dancing, but she's just spinning in a circle.
Yeah, those are cute. Okay, so you guys, we showed you TikToks that go like this. In the Smearnoff Ice, the flyer is turning towards their back the whole time. But really, this machine can go forwards and reverse. And we only showed you one of them so far.
Okay.
Reverse.
Yeah, some of these machines are funny because we do forward and then reverse, and then we're like, wait, there's 2 more reverses, and then I think, how can there be more reverse? It's like finding more dimensions in the universe.
Well, because we did both sides, but really the machine goes forwards and backwards, both sides. Okay, so let's show me going forwards, right? Mm-hmm. It's almost the same.
Yeah, almost.
Jacob, is this one harder?
I think it is a little. Let's go the other way.
It might be a little less, a little more clunky.
Actually, that's harder. I think it's harder to do that inside toe.
I want to see.
Oh,
One more time. Okay, me going forwards.
it's really the same.
Woo!
I think it's the same.
Okay, well, you guys let us know. Try both and tell us what you like.
And we still have to do no base hands. I mean, no flyer hands, because I still grab your feet.
Oh, okay. So me going backwards, right?
Well, I was gonna go this way, which is our normal way, right? But
Mm-hmm.
we don't hold hands.
Okay, full version, guys. This is the Smearnoff, where I don't hold Jacob's hands. I just go in a circle. I switch my hand on his leg. When I get really good though, I just keep it on the same leg the whole time. That really got me dizzy.
Does that hurt your hips?
No, but I was getting really confused on your legs. I was like, oh, it's too fast for me. Usually I get a rhythm, and I did not get a rhythm on that one. So you're like doing these little floats, and it goes from this leg to this leg, but if you can float just right, it's like wait here, float long enough, and then you're back on this foot again. And then I didn't quite get there, but that was my intention.
So we have a symmetrical version too, and you would want to learn the same thing on this other foot, and we just showed on this foot, so we don't have to explain everything on that foot.
Yeah, luckily you're all warmed up for it. You already did all these TikToks on both feet.
I mean, you might have to contend with the fact that you might be way better on one side than the other side, but you should work towards doing everything symmetrical. That's what we do.
Okay. Okay, the secret to the symmetrical is really, really simple.
Yeah.
Here, let's do one first. Like a... Go through it. Yep. And then we
Cartwheel.
So cool, right? Really simple. It gets 2 foot smears, and then we cartwheel. And then you do have to take that hand away and reach behind you like a ninja. And it gets 2 more foot smears. And then everything other side because you cartwheel.
You know what? I think we could go this way or that way out of the cartwheel.
It's true. I could go forwards. Oh, cool, Jacob. One more, and then a cartwheel.
Mm-hmm.
And then instead of going backwards, I'm gonna go forwards. Cool. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, we're teaching ourselves new things.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I didn't realize this one had so much possibility.
Yeah, at first we thought, is this even enough? Is this enough for one lesson? But we did a bunch of TikToks and variations and go clockwise, counterclockwise on both feet.
Yeah, and then the cartwheel makes it all kind of come together. I really like that. You can go the flyer forwards or backwards, and then the cartwheel is cool because it makes you do both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Okay guys, help us come up with a name for this version that has the cartwheel, because The other one is Smearnoff Ice, but we don't have this cartwheel one named yet.
So it's a symmetrical Smearnoff. We could call it that. Or, you know what? The image in my head. You know how when college kids are at parties and then they tape 40s to their hands? It could be like that because it's on both sides.
Where they duct tape a beer can?
Yeah. Well, you know what a 40 is?
A 40-ounce bottle of beer?
Uh huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 40s. It's not a very good name. It's a good concept.
I hate it. That's a dumb name, sorry.
Could just call it 40s. 2 40s.
Have you ever done that?
Uh-uh.
It's stupid because you can't use the bathroom. You're like, oh, my hands are both taped.
You gotta drink it before you use the
Yeah,
bathroom.
but you usually have to really go by 80 ounces.
Mm-hmm.
That's why it's a bad game. Anyways, back to Acro.
Back to Acro.
So you guys help us name this one.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna go. Remember, you can come to our Zoom classes. You get $3 discount. It's Patreon free when you pay for the lesson. I mean, when you pay for the Zoom class.
Yeah, and it's on Sundays every week.
Okay. See you later, guys.
Bye, guys.